Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more This Is the Police 2, coming off the back of our successful assault, which didn't result in any financial gain, although lots of people did get lots of experience, so that was very good. Stockman, okay, you're drunk, that's okay, we'll send you to get cured today at least. Adkins, a friend of my father's who has connections in the book business brought us a copy of The Last Temptation of Neptune 2, the ice chipping trident, yesterday. My father has been blind as a bat for years, so I'm going to read it to him, but there's a problem. Last night, while reading the novel for myself, I found out that Fontaine didn't forgive Christophe and went to Budapest without returning the amulet to his grave. I love all the weird lore you get on this book throughout the game. It's like in The Simpsons, when you keep seeing like the clips of the McBain film. I'm sure if you went through and pieced all this together, they might have like a full book synopsis. Of course, this shook me a bit, but it's going to absolutely kill my father. His heart can't take it. He's already had 2 heart attacks. I urgently need to rewrite chapters 10 through 14, and I'm not a great writer, so I'm going to have to bust my ass. Anyway, can you handle today with that? We've got lots of cops in. You know what? Yes, you can have the day. Mr. Nash, I'm in the middle of an argument in the novel The Last Temptation of Neptune 2, the ice chipping trident. When Itchy is escaping the Queen of Hearts, he jumps from one snowmobile onto another at full speed. I think that's just impossible, but my Uncle Roger is sure it'll be easy. I want to go out to the field and check. Can I have the day off? No, sorry, you can't have the day off for that. Partly because you might just break your neck while you're doing it, so it's for your own good as much as anything. Oh, he wears something different every day. Look at that. Some of this stuff might be like references to something. Like his tunic looks a little bit like the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, but I don't know. His hat doesn't look like that, so maybe it's not a reference. I don't know. If you have any thoughts on whether Brady's costumes are a reference to anything, let me know. We're going to auto-assign because I can't be bothered to go through this every day like we did, although I always want a baton on him, but none of my top officers have a baton. I can't be bothered to change it. Right, let's have a quick look at this then and see if we have any working hypotheses at the moment. Someone broke in through the morgue's window and stole a diesel generator. Diesel generator in the morgue. Now there's a pile of crap. Okay. Seems like a very personal offence, doesn't it? There's fresh tyre tracks near the morgue's broken window. The morgue's door shows no signs of forced entry. It was wide open when the pathologist came to work, though. Okay. The window was broken by a piece of brick. It's lying inside the morgue along with the window's broken glass, so that suggests it was thrown from outside rather than inside. Carol Moravet's homeless. Around the morgue is my territory. I won it for the price of a broken leg, so now I live here. I like it. It's calm and peaceful. It would be nice if the morgue workers were friendly and let me go inside in the evenings to warm up, but I'm not offended. I hardly saw anything last night. I just woke up from screeching tyres and saw a hearse pulling away from the morgue. I thought it's strange that they were doing it so late. Corpse delivery is from 9 to 12. Everyone knows that. Manuel Miles, pathologist. I work here in the evenings, and recently I've been seeing this one homeless guy who looks like a drug addict. He limps around with a cart full of junk and looks into the windows while I'm working. At first I thought he was looking in out of curiosity or to have a laugh. We've got bodies laying out right there, haha. Some folks think it looks funny. But now I think he was looking for something valuable. He always needs money for his next fix, but I don't know why he dragged all the corpses around and took a crap in the corner. Do you think it's because he ate all those drugs? So, pathologist, I'm going to ignore your testimony, I think. I don't think it's the homeless guy. But the fact it was a hearse could mean it was the funeral home director. Yeah, let's interrogate that theory a little bit, shall we? I love his uniforms. Aronovich, why don't you check this out? Look into the funeral home director. And now we got this one. This is to do with the gang. The riddle of the lost shoes. The stripper, Melba Little, was kidnapped during a private dance. So we got entrance to the club, and then the open window of the private room of the club. Let's have a look. An empty syringe was found on the floor near an open window. Godfrey White, club manager. I've been working here for 9 years, and believe me, we always take care of our dancers. Take Peggy, for example. When she came to us, she was strung out on coke, but we didn't throw her out onto the street like they would have done in any other club. On the contrary, we helped her and even paid Terrick Palm to give her a session in his basement. Is that the guy we sent? I think that's the guy we send cops to stop being alcoholics. And sure enough, she was back in the saddle again. She's been clean for a year now. Melba just got here recently and we didn't figure on any problems from her. She's a neat little girl, pretty and smart. Can't imagine who'd want to hurt her. Our clients are good people. Stefan Dieter, club patron. I've been coming here every morning. Sorry, every morning. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Strip club every morning. I've been coming here every evening for 16 years. Like they say, there are 3 things you can watch forever. Fire, water, and women's tits, right? These long years, I've seen it all. Seen girls fall off the stage, pull out each other's hair, and Maggie, the finest piece of ass here, was all kinds of trouble when some smelly homeless guy tried to cut her face with a tin can. I've seen it all. But that girl getting kidnapped right out of the private rooms, that's a first for this place. And who would have bothered? She's thin as a skeleton. Nothing hardly to look at all. I'm thinking there was no kidnapping. The girl just got tired of the shitty tips and laid down somewhere with some guy she picked up at the club who likes rattlebone spinners. God, okay. Salt of the earth, obviously. Irakli Balkvadze, bouncer. Yeah, I stand by a door and watch people come in. After the incident with the homeless man and the can, the manager told me to always be on alert, otherwise he'd fire me. Everything was quiet. Some hairy guy parked his car by the entrance, but I told him to scram. I didn't see him after that. I had to go inside and bounce a kid with a tattoo on half his face. He was making trouble and had to be dragged out. Peggy Maldini, stripper, victim's friend. Melba only just moved here. She came from Ripton, and I heard she left there in a hurry. The owner of the club where she worked had something special planned for her, something Melba didn't like at all. She mentioned he was a member of a serious gang. Okay. So that could be the guy we're looking for. The owner of the club where she worked had something special planned for her. It's a cultish, possibly. She mentioned he was a member of serious. So serious they all have tattoos on their faces. Again, we're looking for someone with a face tattoo, it sounds like. Anyway, Melba was afraid this asshole would come looking for her, but I calmed her down, told her he'd never come looking in such a hole like Sharpwood. We got to be friends pretty quick and even danced together in the private rooms. Earlier in the day, she was kidnapped and we were supposed to have a dance together. But then the customer suddenly changed his mind and just wanted Melba to dance for him solo. He told me not to be offended and gave me a big tip. It didn't bother me. I got paid and I didn't even have to work for it. So I just left, and that was the last time I saw Melba. I didn't really see the guy too good. It's always dimly lit in the club with everything flashing. And to be honest, I don't much like to look. They aren't much worth looking at anyway. I'd rather just think about something else. All right. So let's have a look at these frames. Has he got a face tattoo? Doesn't seem like it. Who else? The man with the tattoo. This is probably the one we're looking for, right? Not really enough info to pop anything in here, but I think we're going to add someone looking for the guy with the face tattoo. Woolbag, you've done well. Another ones. There we go. Check that out. Oh, you need to pay Fry tonight. Get ready, otherwise an anonymous call will tell the feds exactly where to look for you. Yeah. Got the snitch. Well, I have the $500, so I guess we'll do that now. And jewelry. I do have that. Okay, so... What am I looking for? We're gonna do the alcoholism treatment for Stockman, I think it was. Okay.
514 in
We'll get to it, hang on. Percy, if you could drive Stockman over there, that'd be good. Oh, okay, because he's an ex-drinker. Alright, Penkin, you get it. Oh, was he an alcoholic? I don't remember Penkin being an alcoholic. Oh, I've got them, they've switched it up. It's the wrong way around. Oh, okay. I'm sure that... No. No, I'm wrong, aren't I? It's the same as it was. I just got it the wrong way around. What have we got here? Warehouse. Your mother tell you to brush your teeth twice a day? I always clean mine 3, sometimes even 5 times a day, but they all turn black anyway. My aunt was right. The women in our family are cursed. It's probably because my great-great-grandmother quarrelled with Lotus, the high mountain child, the mountain spirit. But something happened that can only be called a miracle. When I started drinking fairy cola, my teeth started getting stronger, and I started rinsing my mouth out with this wonderful drink. And the effects are undeniable. It's probably somehow connected with how the creator of fairy cola died a horrible death. Maybe his soul has taken on part of the Stefanovich curse. I don't know. I'm no expert. I only know that I need more fairy cola, so I finally get a chance to date a normal guy, someone better than my grouchy husband. It's been a long time since they sold this drink at the store. Everyone says they stopped making it. There still is to be some old stock at the warehouse. Let a couple of your not-so-dumb cops go over there and bring me as many healing green bottles as they can find. So intelligent. If they manage to bring some back, then you're free to get anything from my store, except Miracle Cola, of course. All right. Looking for a couple of strong lads. Who have we got? Brady, you can go. Oh, bunch of weak bastards. Clumsy, you go as well. Alright, you go do that. Now we're going to deal with this attempted carjacking. The factory manager looked out his office window and saw someone trying to steal his old car. Wow, look at the cost requirement on this. Tell you what. Let's send Rosenkrantz, and then we'll top up with some cheaper guys. Percy Guildenstern. Why is that topped it up so high? He's worth like 500 on this. That must be a bug, right? I'm not complaining. Unless there's like a hidden thing I'm not realizing that he's just extremely suited for this task. I don't know. Now hopefully we make some money today, but if not, I might have to sell some more stuff by evening time. Keep an eye on that. Okay, Stockman, you're good. Ready to contribute. The lock they had on the warehouse was child's play. We got in there no problem, and grabbed all the furry collars we could find. We might have had a bottle or two in the process, but who's going to care, right? It's a magical drink after all. Toilet paper, razors, and $700. Alright. Oh, and she's there now. Okay. So what have you got for sale then? Oh, have you got a big TV? Ooh, that might be an idea. She's got a home TV set. I sold these boots for like 1,000 at the other place. I'm going to buy some of those and see if I can spin a profit on those. I'm going to buy the home TV set as well. So I'm not sure. I'm sure he's not after the portable one. But that doesn't scream big screen TV to me. But then this is supposed to be the 80s, I think. So maybe it counts. Alright, let me come back out of here. Now, can I... Oh, she's up. She doesn't work weekends, so that sucks. Do you buy the boots? No. Might need to sell some other stuff though. Oh, well, I can't really, can I? Because I've only got a taser. Not those things, obviously. I got 4 VCRs. I think I only need the one. So let's sell a couple of those. How am I doing? Not too bad. I probably don't need another portable generator. I might sell that too. Okay, so we're above the 20 grand. We paid our snitch, and we should be able to pay off the feds. So that seems okay. Cool, 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 cool. We got a suspect in a down jacket has picked up a brick off the ground. Apparently he intends to smash the car's window to get the door open. What do we got? We got stealth. Rosenkrantz is sneaky. We could do that. Yeah.
514 complete.
The cop managed to sneak up behind the thief and neutralize him. It turned out he wanted to take revenge on the factory manager for firing him unfairly by trading his car in the scrapyard. The guy smells like he's been swimming in alcohol. Rosenkrantz. Yeah. Shooting. Why not? Oh my god, I just realised I sent Rosenkrantz and Guildenstern out to the same job. Is that why they got a big score bonus? Oh, I bet that's it. I bet if you send Rosenkrantz and Guildenstern out together, you get a massive sure bonus. I'm going to experiment with that one again. That just occurred to me. That's really funny if so. All right, we'll have a bit of we'll make you a bit of an all-rounder as well. Okay.
515 in progress.
A man in a raincoat ran up to a motorcyclist at a stoplight, pushed him onto the asphalt and stole his bike. Okay. But they're not back yet, so I can't do that for this one. Tell you what, let's send Stockman. And Penkin. And is anyone else kind of 10 points away from a bonus? Masuka, I guess. Okay. It's overkill, I know, but Penkin I'm just going to send out as often as I can.
526 in progress.
A schoolboy borrowed his father's crossbow and ambushed a rival classmate after school. He's hunting him right there in the schoolyard. Oh dear. I know he's a schoolboy, but I think I might send a sniper for support there. We're going to send Hodges because it's a high requirement for this one. So we need another 640. Tell you what, send Chalmiki, Galatasaray, no, Galahad. Demas as well. Okay, you guys go deal with that.
554 in progress.
Got a theft. A handyman reports that someone has stolen his lunch along with a valuable officer's watch from the bag he'd left in the stable. Doesn't sound that serious, but okay, we'll send Aliev. I need about 400. Okay, what's Spurlock? You guys go. Busy day so far. Oh, hang on. The patrol car caught up with a man wearing a raincoat and glasses. Very low negotiation. I'm going to take Stockman's strength and push him into the curb. The man on the motorcycle anticipated the patrol car's maneuver and took a sharp turn down a narrow alley. Don't have a lot of speed either. We have intelligence. Maybe we'll circle round. The patrol car drove around the perimeter of the block and was soon back on the thief's tail. The criminal saw the cops and grabbed a sawed-off shotgun from under his coat. Is this the Terminator? It feels like Terminator 2. You seen this boy? Well, we have good shooting. We do have good shooting. I mean, he was pulling a shotgun on us. I'm not sure he's leaving us much option, is he? Yeah, you pull a gun on a cop, I think, you know...
515 complete.
He only shot him in the leg, but then he lost control, crashed into a wall and died. Yeah. I mean, I don't think they leave you a lot of option, do they, if they pull a gun on you. Masuka. Let's go a bit of negotiation. A sturdy schoolboy with a hood and crossbow is taking aim at a big boy with a knapsack who is running towards some junior high school students. I guess it's going to be stealth. It's going to be Hodges. No one else is particularly high in stuff, so let's try that.
526 complete.
The cop managed to sneak up behind the crossbow-wielding schoolboy and neutralize him. There we go. I think stealth seems to be actually really good, so I'm going to try and invest quite a lot in that, I think. What we got?
Mr. Nash, you're new to the city, so I don't know if you've heard the local legends about the treasures that the forest spirits hid for the righteous ones. My brother and me never met anyone more righteous than us, our whole lives, so we figured those treasures must still be lying somewhere out there untouched. So we decided to find them, and we figured out pretty quick they must be buried in the forest outside Sharpwood. We drew a map, packed our stuff, grabbed a couple of shovels, and set off. To make sure we didn't get lost, we made marks in the trees, but something strange happened when we reached the right place. The air got thick and dark, and then I can't remember hardly anything after that, just a constant whooshing sound that pierced my bones. I came to my senses back out near where we parked, and I haven't seen my brother since. Maybe we angered the spirits and they made that damn forest eat him alive. But I'd like to know for sure what happened to him. You're brave enough to send your smartest cop out there. I'll give him the map where the treasure's marked. Who knows? Maybe he'll be able to figure out where my brother went, or maybe he'll even find the treasure.
Okay, we are going to send a smart cop. Tell you what, Belmont, you go do that. Get to sip my coffee. Little break in the action. What we got?
510 in progress.
Oh, this was the stolen luncheon watch. They accidentally gobbled down the watch as well as his lunch. The case was solved by following the trail of breadcrumbs. There's a lot of spelling errors in this. It's a bit disappointing for a game that's 7 years old at this point. Mr. Roger Linnington's gas station. A blue sedan was pulling out of the gas station and an 18-wheeler rammed into it at high speed. Yeah, sounds like an accident rather than like, I don't know, a murder attempt or something. It's not particularly high need. Well, let's send Percy, Penkin, and I need about 300 more. Beamers. You go out and babysit. The truck has turned over on its side, and its driver, clearly drunk, is climbing out carrying a fire extinguisher. The blue sedan is smashed to pieces and flipped upside down, and it's engulfed in flames. Inside is a woman with 2 young children. Yeah, we're going to ask him for the fire extinguisher. I guess we'll go with Demers. He's not massively skilled in anything, but he's got
510
points.
complete.
Oh, he desisted. He pushed his past the cop, ran towards the sedan. As he fiddled with it, the car exploded. The woman and 2 children were killed, and the drunk driver was violently thrown back by the blast, died upon impact. Yeah, okay. Oh well. It's been a while since we had a complete
517 in progress.
complete failure on a call. A woman was seen pouring fuel from a gas can onto a fresh grave and setting fire to it. Okay. Percy, Penkin. Actually, you know what? Let's send Guildenstern and Rosencrantz. So 810. No, 280. This should take us to around about 1,000. But it takes us to nearly 2,000. It's when you pair up Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. That is so funny. Okay, they're going to be permanent partners now as far as I can do it. Because that is a really nice bonus to get.
514 in progress.
A disgruntled employee decided to augment his salary by stealing a hearse. Oh, I should have sent Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to this. Alright, well, Hodges, you've basically got it covered your own. Why don't you take Galahad? What we got here? Man with the tattoo. Let's have a look at this. Did you find what we're looking for? Yeah, we got a few. Let's see. Watches... Yeah, enters, says something to them, watches them, orders her to climb through the window, pushes her into a car. No? I think this is the wrong one, because what did Peggy say about the dance? He changed his mind and wanted the solo dance, so... I think we're missing that one frame. That's the wrong frame. I think we've got the right theory, but we haven't quite got enough to indict. Funeral home director. Now, we did quite a few of these, so let's have a look at what we got. Hearst leaves... Puts a corpse in the... Was he stealing a corpse? Was it not the generator that got stolen? Stole a generator. Ding. Broken window. I don't think this is it, you know. I think it's this one. I think the bum does it, steals the generator. I don't know if he rides the cart around the morgue, but I think it's him now. I mean, why would the funeral director shit in his own place? Doesn't make sense, does it? A woman and a daughter of 6 are dancing around a grave, singing, "The spirits of the forest command you, arise!" The cemetery groundskeeper offers the cops a fire extinguisher. No one here has pepper spray. Okay. I guess we could extinguish it. Let's do it with Rosencrantz, who's got a lot of good stats. "What have you done?" screams the woman. "You've ruined my husband's resurrection rite. The spirits can't see the fire of his immortal soul through the darkness because you've extinguished it. Now I'll be a widow forever." The woman bursts into tears, douses the cop with the remaining fuel, and with shaking hands struggles to strike the cigarette lighter. We're going to try and calm her down, I think. I'm not going to rush to her.
517 complete.
There we go. Cop manages to reassure the woman. She throws down the lighter and surrenders. It's not a good idea to threaten cops with diesel fuel. Yeah, no shit. Rosencrantz. Yeah, let's make you quick. A large hearse is slowly turning down the road away from the funeral home. Well, this is the attempted carjacking. And Hodges could pretty much do any of this. Order him to turn off the engine.
514 complete.
Suspect obeyed and surrendered. There we go. Mr. Nash, I found... Ooh, 3 boxes with gold. I'm not quite sure how it happened. I was walking through the forest, following the notes on that old man's map, and then suddenly the sky got dark, the air got thick, and I heard this whooshing sound. I seemed to have lost consciousness. I woke up back outside the forest, covered in dirt. Beside me there were these 3 boxes with gold. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so let's go and do Canaan now. We'll send someone over with some gold. Let's send Galahad. And what else have we got here? Oh, this is a new one. Matteo Alvarez, Jameson Hill. I'm sure you've heard of the Sharpwood Ice Run, right? It's a traditional competition in our region. The participants run barefoot across the frozen lake. There's a prize pool for the winner, and some people even place bets on the runners. I'm the current champion, in fact. A real rocket man. But recently I've had a little competition from a young kid. The boy's name is Sally, and he trains like a woman. He jumps ropes, supposedly to strengthen the kneecaps. Is that even real training? Real training is when you cut a piece of ice from the lake and run with it on your shoulder until it melts. What do you think? Not only is this upstart breathing down my neck every race, or back every race, now he's even trying to date my daughter without even asking me. This cannot stand. Send your most powerful cop to him and make sure he brings his baton. I want him to make Sally's precious kneecaps look like stew. Maybe then he'll learn to respect his elders. In return, I'll personally train your guys. You'll see. Not a single criminal will ever escape from them again. Okay. Guess we'll send Brady. I still don't want to do the stun grenades thing. Yeah, I scraped enough together for Fry. I gave Canaan the gold. I don't know why he needed it. He just looked at it all miserable and gloomy. If I got a gold bar, I'd be smiling like an idiot. Okay, we've got some of those. Got some cash. What's this one? Mr. Nash, I worked that kid's knees over real good. He's not running anywhere. Mr. Alvarez was happy and asked me to tell you he'll be looking for our guys out on the ice. Does that mean he wants to play hockey? Yeah, we've got some boots. Wow, okay. Yeah, some useful money there. Yeah, I'm hoping once we got this Woodman gang tucked away, I think was it like 40k or something? Hopefully our money will become a little less problematic after that, at least for a while. Okay, in the day. Yeah. All right. It's like Johnny Depp. Age? I mean, he's freaking old, but he's a good cop. Is he too old? He might be. I don't really fancy the others. I think we'll buy these things. That's a 11. I can't do that in higher age. Sod it. We'll higher age. And I'll get a baton. There we go. Carter's Toyn. He's catching up? Question mark. He's not. Age. Aliev. Potts. Stockman won't come in. He's not loyal enough yet to do 2 days in a row. Guzman. Shiny. Marshall. You're probably fine. Masuka's fine. Brockman. Fletcher. How much longer? Tomorrow I'm going to send him to Canaan and see if we can heal him up a bit quicker. Spoilock. Randon. French. Jelmicky. Meridian. 16 cups. Yeah, seems all right. In the day.
Mr. Boyd, finally. I was starting to wonder if you were going to spend the night.
Shut your mouth.
Mr. Boyd, listen, I understand you don't talk much. I get it. After all, you would never have... Well, You wouldn't have been able to do what you've done if you were a chatterbox. Yeah? But I'm not asking you for a big speech. I'm not asking you to give me a master class in corruption. No, nothing like that. I'm only asking for one small story about the DeVroom painting. The newspapers never gave out too many details since the investigation was ongoing. But what's the difference now? What's left to hide? The painting couldn't be found, right? You made extra sure that it couldn't be found. Well, let's drink a beer sometime. No, not today. No, tomorrow, or the day after, or the day after the day after tomorrow. Just whatever's good for you. You see, I'm really interested in this. How did you pick that job? I mean, what did you want with that picture? I mean, that one in particular. It's a pretty specific choice. You know, it's a controversial artist. The critics.
I don't remember that job from the first game.
I've never heard of corrupt officials stealing paintings. They all take bribes, just bundles of money in paper bags, you know. Of course, I'm not comparing you to those ordinary rotten geezers. Not at all. I just wanted to say that even though I don't know all the details, I see that you've got your own style. Whether you realize it or not, that's why the press called you the Caesar of corruption. You can find lots of kings of corruption in the newspapers. There's a new one every month, but I've never seen a Caesar. Because Caesar, that's not about the scale, but the style. Style is everything, right?
Oh, that's the army
Mr.
guy,
Boyd.
isn't it?
Why on earth should I get into the car with a stranger?
Given your history, I'd imagine that you often had to get into a car with strangers. Back in Freeburg.
Freeburg is different.
Is it really so different?
Absolutely.
Friendlier?
Warmer.
Well, that's not saying much. Anywhere is warmer than here.
How?
Excuse me?
How did you know who I was?
How many ads were there?
Ads?
Well, I'd be willing to bet that when you came here, you went looking for housing in the newspaper ads. How many ads did you look at?
I don't know. Maybe a dozen.
But you chose this house. Why?
Because it stands away from everything.
Well, that's a reasonable choice. Unfortunately, the neckties choose their houses by the exact same principle. They stash their goods in isolated houses until they can find a big buyer, but they don't settle into the house. They let someone else rent it. It's safer that way.
Look, I'm not interested in how these neckties do business. I just want to know how they found out my real name.
I'm not a big fan of drug dealers, Mr. Boyd, but I have to give them their due. Many of them are amazingly smart, much smarter than, well, smarter than your average drug dealer, you know. And the man who was appointed to watch your house, Arthur Sherman, well, it turns out he's quite the brain. He even went to college. Can you imagine? Arthur is so clever that when he realized that you're Jack Boyd, he didn't report it to his bosses. You see, the Ties are a wandering gang. Yesterday they worked in Ripton, today they're here, tomorrow they'll be somewhere else. They just shoot you to be safe, and that would be the end of it. But Arthur is clever, and he knew how valuable the information was, so he did the clever thing and brought it to me.
But how did he know who I was? How exactly?
Ask him yourself when you get the chance. Oh, looks like we've arrived. Mr. Boyd, are you coming?
Are you completely out of your mind? I'm a wanted man. I shouldn't be showing my face in public, even if it is old and shaggy.
Come on, Mr. Boyd. There's only drunk pigs and sweaty strippers in there. Nobody'll even look at you. Don't you want to drink a mug of draft beer for the first time in months and burp loud enough that everyone hears? Aren't you tired of hiding? Don't you just want to be an ordinary person?
You saw where I live. Now I want to see where you live. Don't you think that's fair?
Okay, you win. But I'll never believe that you don't miss letting loose.
That's not the only thing I miss. Not the only thing, and not the main thing.
I understand. Well, here's where we live.
What? We can't go inside?
Well, I didn't go into your house. I stood 100 yards away. Now we're even. Don't you think that's fair?
Arthur Sherman. I want to talk to him.
Mick, bring Sherman here. I'm sure he must still be awake. Sean told me about this Captain Britt Carter of yours. Now, if you want,
It won't be a problem.
You sure?
I can manage.
If you have any difficulties, just let me know. I could... well...
And I thought you were a smuggler, not a butcher.
I don't like the word smuggler.
Then maybe you shouldn't smuggle.
Well, I'll put it this way. I don't like what you mean by the word smuggler. You must be right. Freeburg and Sharpwood are very different. What kind of goods came through Freeburg? Automatic weapons? Heroin? People? I'll be honest with you, I can't brag that I never had to trade in the first, second, or third, but my most popular product is canned soup. Mushroom soup comes in a little red jar. Now this is coming from a man who spent over 30 years eating a tasteless soldier's rations and not complaining. And I can assure you that this soup is the most disgusting meal in the world. When you pop open the jar with a can opener, this smell immediately bolts up your nose. The smell of despair, you know? It's impossible to suck down this vomit without thinking for even a second that your life is going nowhere. Sharpwood kids, when they grow up and leave this place for the rest of their lives, they'll always shudder when they remember this awful soup. But only the lucky ones, the few who manage to get out. The rest will live here for the rest of their days, eating smelly soup and then feeding it to their own children. Because without 12-cent soup, they'd all die. I give them this life, with the smell of despair. Bitter, but life. I don't know what cruel word to call what I'm doing, but I'm definitely not a smuggler. And I want that... Oh, there's your college boy, Mr. Boyd.
Give me a cigarette. Still alive, Mr. Boyd? Oh, wow.
How did you know who I was?
Were you really hiding all that well? You hitchhiked on your way to Sharpwood. Well, not to Sharpwood, of course, but to Big Rift. And from there you walked on foot, but before Big Rift, a red-haired guy named Locke drove you. Picked you up at a bus stop 70 miles down the highway. Buses from Garensburg pass that stop every 6 days. In Garensburg, you spent 2 nights at the Stone Woodpecker Hotel. I called down there and had a nice chat with Mrs. Hopper, who...
Just stop! So you're really that clever, Arthur Sherman? Proud of your little investigation?
If I'd known this investigation would turn me into a hostage to rednecks playing toy soldiers, I wouldn't have stuck my nose in your business, Mr. Boyd.
Hostage?
Arthur can't leave the barracks. It's for his own safety. In addition, he likes to live by military regulations. Isn't that right, Arthur?
This shit you're pulling here isn't military order. It's the middle of the night, but everyone's awake.
He's right, Mr. Boyd. It's high time for bed.
Okay. Ooh. All right, let's do another shift. Shiny. I heard that there's a place in the forest at the source of the stream, you know, where the triangle stones point out. There's some teenagers who are giving away copies of The Last Temptation of Neptune 2, the ice shipping and trident, in exchange for 4 cans of tuna. Of course, I immediately rushed out to the forest, got myself all wet, made the trade. And when I got home, I noticed that they put a different book inside the book jacket. Instead of Fontaine, it was all about some guy named Caulfield, and he doesn't even investigate murders, he just walks back and forth, so that's what Catcher in the Rye. Anyway, I want to take the day off today, find these teenagers and teach them a lesson, if you know what I mean. Can you let me off? Yeah, go on then. You go teach them a lesson. Just auto-assign. I'm kind of done with being micromanaging that, to be honest. From Bridget Cooper. Mr. Nash, I'm a cook at the police station and the happiest woman in the world. I just got married. They were filming a reality show in Sharpwood called You Won't Want to Eat This, and it was attended by a famous Serbian chef with a Michelin star. We met by coincidence and realised that we couldn't live without each other, so we arranged the wedding as quick as we could, and now we're leaving for a honeymoon trip across Europe. I don't know when we'll return, but I'm sure we'll have a great time. Sorry about the mess in the kitchen. I hope you cops don't starve while I'm away. Oh, God. I forgot about this. The cops wrote you notes with their food preferences. You better consider all of it if you don't want to be eaten alive. Okay, so if I... Okay. Let's see. Nash, I want something spicy, and chili would really hit the spot. So what do I... Okay. I think I can, yeah, choose... Okay. Ali, macaroni and cheese are the perfect combination. I always ask for an extra helping. Okay. I want to go on a diet. I heard that it's good to start with a vegetable soup. I think the phrase, you can't please all the people all the time, is about to be tested. What else have we got? Today my grandmother baked my favourite pastry from our childhood. Too bad the old lady has lost her mind. For some reason she added chocolate to the pastry. She spoiled my favourite childhood memory. Pastry is probably cherry pie. I imagine. Okay. I cannot stand baked potatoes. The skins are filthy. Okay, no baked potatoes. My family hates beans, but I love them. I heard that today's soup is going to be great. The only person so far who wants beans is Age. A couple of people have said they quite like the vegetable soup. I'm not picky. He'll eat whatever. Okay. We're going to be upsetting some people. In terms of the drink, got some Sharpwood infusion. Is 930 out of 750? Is this? I think anything over 750 comes out of my money. That's why it's saying minus 180 here. I think we have a 750 a day budget. So I could knock that down to like the... What does she ask for? Vegetable soup. We're pissing off 2 then. I'm going to go with that, I think. All right. Nash, I can't believe you gave us a bunch of that grassy swill. Don't you know that the only crazy old ladies drink that shit in Sharpwood? Oh no, Ricky Guzman! Forgot about that. But it is, you know, we can win loyalty back through that as well. So it's a two-way street. So we'll hopefully get him back on board at some point. Now, so we're going to look into the homeless dude this time. Who was looking into this before? I can't remember. Maybe Masuka. Yeah, look for that one. We need to do a little more here as well. Why don't we send... French. And yeah, we want the guy in the tattoo. I'm still not going to send him that stuff. Harvey Romero at Jorgmungandr Lake. Jorgmungandr. Mr. Nash, I'm in some serious goddamn trouble. I have a small business. I keep an ice hole where you can take an ice break and freshen up. One of my customers recently got drunk and drowned. His body's still somewhere down there under the ice right now. This guy was connected, so if his corpse comes back up come springtime, his boys will think of me first and might put a few holes in me before they figure out what really happened. Basically, I need to get this damn corpse out of my hole right away and find somewhere to bury it. My grandfather left me an old diving suit we could use to help find the body. Send me your quickest cop. Spurlock, I'm looking at you, and let him dive down under and get the corpse. If you help me out here, I'll set you up with your men with a private ice hole where you can freshen up anytime. Okay. Spurlock's quick, isn't she? Yeah, you go do that.
553 in progress.
Eyewitnesses report that an armed robber is assaulting an armored truck. Okay, that sounds pretty bad. Let's send Duval, sniper, Age. Let's send you out. So I don't have my pairing of Guildenstern and Rosencrantz. We'll also send Potts. Between you, you guys should pretty much be able to handle anything that comes your way, so we'll do that.
.557 in progress.
Robber in a ski mask, carrying a hunting rifle, is holding a guard at gunpoint as he loads a sack with money from the armoured truck. Another guard is lying on the ground with his hands on the back of his neck. Well, sneak up.
553 complete.
Crept up on the robber and arrested him. Good work, guys. Oh, did we do the bomb threat? No. A teenager reports that he spotted a bomb under a bench in the park. Probably a false alarm. It's a very high score requirement. I'm actually going to leave that one. I feel like that's an obvious false alarm.
In progress.
A passerby heard a man shouting from the pharmacy that he'd been taken hostage. Okay. I'm going to send Aliev and Meridian. Mr. Nash, that diving suit stank of rotten fish. Anyway, I swam down under the ice, quickly found the corpse and pulled it back up to the surface. I still don't understand why some grumpy old guy collected the body instead of the regular guys from the morgue. Some whiskey and some money. So this one. It's always problems dissolve. They can kick back and enjoy with a glass of whiskey and it's on the house. Okay. What does that do for them? Is it just another way? It's another way to recharge their energy, I think. It's a bit cheaper. I think. Yeah, I'll leave it for now.
562 in progress.
An anonymous report came in that there's a white minibus with no license plate smuggling heroin through the town. Yeah, okay. Adkins, late, take... Ooh, we're 30 short. But if we added Randon instead, they'd need it. Now, I wanted to have a chat with the doc as well, wherever he is. Where's the doc? Maybe he's under something else. No. Like personnel, like the injured guy. If I click on him, I kind of wanted him to go to the doctor and get treated. But I'm not sure how to do that. Is it definitely not here? Alcoholism treatment, rest by the ice hole, relax at the bath, strength, speed. I don't need any of those. Maybe it's not available yet. Maybe we've got to wait a bit. Now I'm banking on this being a false alarm. See like a little mushroom cloud go off. Oh. Oh. It was a bomb. But the hostage situation was a false alarm. Huzzah. Bollocks. A drunk man fell in love with the pharmacist and was loudly declaring that she'd stolen his heart. The man has already received a solid slap in the face and was sent home.
555 in progress.
Three men armed with tire irons approached the owner of the sawmill demanding he'd pay a fine for daring to cut down the forest. Okay. It's only 665, so why don't we send... Wondering, will she not go? She might not go with him. Is she going to say, I won't go with that loser Chelmicky? Yeah. I feel like she doesn't go with anyone who's less skilled than herself. It's really annoying, to be honest. So I'll send these two. But she's a good investigator. I don't think we need to send her back to Lily or anything. The patrol car caught up with the white minibus without a license plate. Adkins Siren? The driver of the minibus heard the siren and tried to force the patrol car off the road. In the end, both vehicles lost control and wound up in a ditch. A man with a revolver jumped out of the cab and opened fire. Okay, well, we're going to have to shoot him, aren't we? We've got a choice of who to do it with. I think light, because assuming he doesn't get killed, he'll level up.
562 complete.
Yeah, he got injured. But a shipment of heroin was found. Okay. So this guy... There's nothing here to suggest I can send him to Canaan. So I'm not sure.
538 in progress.
A man with a hunting rifle entered the animal shelter and started shooting the dogs. Sniper. No... no tolerance for shooting dogs. Yeah, flower pots, you go. It's a big call out. We can send both of them. I might send Meridian as well to get a bit of XP. Now, this... You see in quote marks, take care of him. I happen to know that means put him out of his misery in a very permanent way. So yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. He will kill this guy. So maybe you can't get him to heal him a bit quicker. Maybe it's just euthanasia type thing. No. The area of the sawmill, bleeding from the head, runs towards the patrol car, fleeing 3 men armed with tire irons. Let's shoot in the air with, I guess, Chelmicky. The assailants ignore the gunshot and continue chasing the owner. The man runs up to the cop, snatches the revolver from the holster and takes aim at his attacker. I think we'll order him give back the gun.
555 complete.
Whew. The sawmill owner obeys and hands over the revolver. The cop leveled it at the assailants and placed them under arrest. Okay, good. Well done, guys. Chelmicky. It's annoying that you aren't leveling up particularly quickly. Give you a bit more negotiation.
.542 in progress.
Some of the cages are filled with dead dogs. The ones still alive are barking and trying to break out. A hefty man wearing large boots is reloading his gun. We're going to shoot him, I think. I don't think there's any question of that. I guess it'll be Potts.
538 complete.
Cop hit the man in the back and he died on the spot. The dogs immediately calmed down. That's what you get. Alright, Potts. Super cop. Meridian. Let's get going with stealth. It's actually very useful on these call-outs. Prostitution. The prostitute is servicing several-minute lunch on a bench in the park. Age. You seem suited to this. Take out Spurlock. From Karadog Pushkas. You must have been in a serious relationship, and you know, sometimes there's no living with a woman, but you can't do without them either, right? Well, I've been married for 22 years, and I've suffered every day, but I endured. But now my wife announces that she wants to divorce me. She wants to divorce me, can you imagine? You think I'm supposed to put up with this shit? Long story short, I can't allow it to happen. And I know what needs to be done. Let's have her spend a day in prison, you can figure out the charge. Plant some drugs, whatever. Nobody knows better than the police. Then you let her spend a day sweating it out in her cell, thinking about life. Then I'll come in and bail her out. That ought to get her head straight. Where else is she going to get a reliable man like me? I'll pay you $100 for every hour she spends in your lockup. Sounds a good deal to me. You don't want me to put people behind bars for free. Yeah, I can see why she wants a divorce. Bye-bye. Should be getting some news on our investigations quite soon. Several men with their trousers down are standing in a semicircle around the bench. An elderly prostitute is at work. Should we send Age to stand beside them? Spurlock, turn on the siren. The men are frightened by the siren and they rush in all directions, grabbing up their pants as they stumble. The prostitute is upset that the police frightened her clients and grabs a grenade from her purse. A colonel left me this little girl as a tip and said it'll make anyone shut up and pay. I'd like Spurlock to order her to surrender with her negotiation. I'm hoping that's good enough.
542 complete.
Yeah. The offender obeyed the cop and surrendered. The grenade, it turns out, was only a stun grenade. On the way to the station, the woman shared some of the wisdom she'd accumulated over the years. This life, baby, it's a war. You wouldn't believe how many muskets I had to unload just to survive. Some razors, of all things. Spurlock. Yes, let's, yeah, a bit more stealth, I think, yeah. Okay, investigations. Right, let's have a look at this. Yeah, it's that, isn't it? Yeah, the owner of the strip club in Ripton, Melba Little, used to work for him, but she escaped. This is Frederick Eder. Indict. Yep. Have a look at that. He buys painkillers with freight prescriptions or sleeps here with an old friend at the farm. Okay, we'll send Aliev, and what do we need? About 320. Fletcher. Let's go to his other place as well, just in case. We'll send Potts and Rockman. Let's have a look at this. So he breaks in. Yeah, drags the generator to the window, plops it in his car, and then takes that away. Homeless guy. He stole a diesel generator to sell for drugs. He harbours resentment against the unfriendly staff and decided to teach them a lesson with his own shit. Yeah, that seems more likely, doesn't it? So let's have a look at this. Spends his days in the park or sleeps near the morgue. Well, it's probably that one. So Adkins, Random and yeah, that should be okay. And then we'll also send the rest here. So we've got Guzman, Marshall, French is enough. There we go. Mr. Nash, the day has come. I rented the perfect room for our video theatre, right in the centre of town, and I got a great deal on the place. Everything's ready for the grand opening. Now it's all up to you. Did you get the equipment? I'm pretty sure I did. So, yes? Guess we'll see what happens there. Sharpwood is a dark place, and I am a proud representative of the Catholic Church and must follow the activity of the heretics and do everything in my power to suppress it. But this one guy is a tough nut to crack. I've tried and tried, but I can't make him renounce his false prophets. I heard that your guys know how to deal with stubborn people, so let me ask for your help. Send me a good cop for this bad business. He doesn't need to bring anything, he can use my tools. If we save this heretic, then the doors of my church will always be open to you. We will do what we can for any notorious sinners you catch. Spurlock is quite well rounded. Maybe we'll send her. Could have sent Age, actually. I didn't see him hiding over there. Right, let's see if we catch these guys. Okay, we caught... not exactly sure which one he was at, but they caught him. Okay, but we did send to both places, so hopefully we do find him. Mr. Nash, I went to the church and this crazy woman has seriously asked me to torture some kid. Well, I'll do it, but whatever happens, don't blame me for it. Oh. Oh, I remember this. This is a weird one. Okay, let's look at this. So we got this guy. Let's look at his medical dossier. Heretics love the taste of boiling blood, and I saw him licking when a few drops fell on my red-hot Bible for sinners. Among the cultists of Bovos, there's a belief that a glass of boiling blood can make the carnal pleasures feel like exploding stars. Judging by this heretic's impressive nostrils, he's inhaled quite a lot of the powder they make from Gerinsburg oak bark. I know, the heretics believe they can use it to dance with forest spirits. I found a heretic listening to the satanic music and discovered that he was disgusted by the cleansing sound of prayer. Then demons wriggled out from under his skin, worms in a decaying corpse. Okay. Angelic intervention. Pour the honey of angelic voices into the ears of the wicked, and from his lips the holy truth shall spill forth. So we want to get his will down before his health. Force the liar to put his hand on the holy scripture and let the fire of righteousness rise within him. This fire that will burn everything except the truth. Place my special mask on his head. That's inhaling some kind of... Not quite sure. Let's try the... They mentioned the music not appealing to them. So what if we do that? Yeah, that definitely... I think we just do that a few times, because that should get his will down before his health, right? Listen to some holy music. That's good, right? Heretic, please stop. I confess, I'm a heretic. I worship all the unfaithful gods and the forest spirits too. Now will you release me? Church. Nash, people will say anything under torture. Fortunately, the guy gave up quick and told that psycho that what she wanted to hear. You have some fucked up friends. I'm afraid to think what happens next for that guy. The lady said that he was waiting for a fair trial, and she asked me to tell you that her church is open for all the sinners we can catch. Some more razors. Got a lot of razors today, and even more. More. Why are we getting all these razors? Anyway, what's going on here? So we did... Did we not catch Ida? Oh, we did. Yeah. The other place. Let's put some stealth on you as well. Yeah, we've got a couple of trials tomorrow, but that seems to be it for the day. Cool. So that was the only 2 investigations we had open, but if we'll probably have another one for that gang. I think we had at least 2 more in the gang to get. Not quite sure how long that'll take. Is that all? I'm going to lose some for the, yeah. Oh, okay. I think he's going to beat me today. He only got 4? Oh. Okay, not a great day for anyone. No one exactly covered in glory. Might get another shocker, though. It's not that annoying. I probably wouldn't have hired these guys anyway. Kimmel. I kind of remember someone called Kimmel from the first game. I could be wrong. I think I do. Okay. I still don't feel like we're under any particular threat there. Okay, well, Hodges, you can come in. Rosenkrantz, Stockman, you can come in. Who's... Oh, he's not loyal anymore. Yeah, okay. Shiny, Clumsy, Belmont, Fletcher, Allbag, Demers, Aranovich, Brady. He's got like, he looks like a Mountie today. I love his uniforms. They're so funny. Galahad, Guildenstern, Penkin, Percy. Have I got Rosenkrantz on? I do. Good. How many is that? That's 15. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm wondering if I mean, it would cost me money to send them to the spa is the only thing, but I'm wondering about taking on maybe a couple of better officers and then send them to the... I think I can send 3 to the spa at any one time. So I might bring Musica. Wages here as well. I'm going to get Aliev and Potts. And we'll send them to the spa. And that should sort them out, hopefully.
Hello?
It's me. Are you awake?
What do you think?
Listen, I talked to Shapiro about Plunkett's situation. The truth is bad. He might not even make it to the end of the month. I don't know what he did wrong, but the dicks from the mayor's office don't even want to meet with him. But tomorrow, one of them will be considering your request. At least Avi Carlos has to be there. Do you know what that means?
I'm not... Come on, Reeves.
Plunkett needs to show off, to show them that he has everything under control. He'll need to puff himself up like a tough leader, the only thing holding the prosecutor's office together, which means you're the ideal target for him to show them what a tough boss he is, you see? To put it simply, whatever happens tomorrow, just nod and don't say anything except, yes, sir, and hopefully the blowback won't get out of hand. Lana? Are you still there?
You'd really like that, right? For me to always say, yes, sir, and that's it?
Lana, what are you talking about? Look, I am trying to, well, sort of like trying to save you. Don't you get it?
Good night, Reeves.
Okay, but I expect that's probably a good time to wrap it up, so I'll just say thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of This is the Police 2, and if you have, you can hit that like button, that's always appreciated. As are any comments as well, let me know how you think this episode went. We obviously had that failed call. I could have answered it, I assumed it was a false alarm, and it was a false assumption. Just goes to show that when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Both, don't you? So, anywho, we'll try to... I think, unless it's a very clear false alarm, and they're not quite as clear in this game as they were in the first game, and I've got the manpower available, I'll just send it. I think it's probably the way to go. But yeah, let me know your thoughts anyway, like I said, and a big thank you as always to our channel members as well for supporting Boring Dad Gaming. Continues to be appreciated. And if anyone else is interested in checking those out and gaining early access to my videos, that would be amazing. But thanks very much anyway, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.